Welcome to the Joseph Bartlett Stock Show. Today's topic is National Enquirer. It's social issues, apparently. Just kidding. Today we have some very exciting topics, but before we do, I have some housekeeping issues. Usually we have about between 200 and 800 views, but since Trump got kicked off Twitter, conservatives have been exploring different options, and I just realized that now we are on, the Joseph Barnes Talk Show is on Parler, Instagram, Rumble, Cloud Hub. Anyone heard of Cloud Hub? Mm-hmm. No. Cloud Hub, MeWe, Gab, Telegram, Twitter, Tumblr, and of course Facebook and YouTube. So we have not changed our format. We still have less attractive guys that cover boring topics, but we've expanded our reach. So that's what we've done. But anyway, our last episode was viewed by 1,568 people who have no lives of their own. So that's pretty exciting news. And thank you for watching, and share this video with your friends and enemies, colleagues, and friends. Let's start off with Dean. Dean, what is new in your world of credit correcting? And again, Dean is here because landlords, tenants, and apartment owners have kids, grandkids, and stray relatives that have bad credit. Right. And you're there to help that.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dean Tapey, and I'm the co-owner of Pacific West Credit. We're a licensed credit repair company, and my job is to repair or look at and repair credit. But since with COVID, there's a lot of people want to know how is their credit. And there's a site that I should have had like a flashcard, I'm sorry, that since everybody's forbearing their payments and their mortgage, and even the apartment owners that are listening to this, you may be forbearing your payments as well because your tenants are not paying. You can go to www.annualcreditreport.com. You can get a soft pull. It's owned by Experian. They used to charge a fee, but they came up with an agreement. So you can log onto this site. There's no cost. It doesn't affect your score, but you get to see, one, if you're forbearing a payment on a credit card and they say they're not going to report you as a 30-day late, how do you know that? You don't want to take their word for it. So I recommend that you go to that site. If you ever want to get a hold of me, the consultation is always free. And the bottom line is, if I can help you, I'll tell you how, and if I can, I'll tell you why. My direct cell number is 714-323-5538, and as you know, those 3-digit numbers are vital to obtaining money in this country.
Email address?
Dean@PacificWestCredit.com. Dean,
my question is, if your partner, co-owner, is the brains and the looks behind the organization, what do you do?
She asked me that this morning. Yeah, so I'll get back to you
on
that.
San Diego. We'll post the answer down below in the comment section. Phil, what's going on? I hear that we're going to lose the 1031 exchange and the stepped up basis unless you and your lobbying team get to work.
Yeah, we are. Good morning, everybody. Yes, we are working right now. With the COVID and all the executive orders that our new fearless leader has been giving, the bottom line is we don't think he's going to be able to get to that until very, very late this year or next year. And basically, he's already posted it on his website. It's out there. It has been out there, actually, since he was running for president.
Both 1031 and stepped up basis?
Yeah, both.
Both, on his website.
And the third thing is a increase. So for example, if you make, $400,000 a year or more, and by the way, when you sell the property, since it's going to be considered not as long-term capital gain, but he wants to consider it as ordinary income, that's just going to bounce you into a highest bracket they can give you. Today, your long-term capital gains tax is between 15 to 20%. Under the new program that he's trying to, he can't write via executive order. He's got to pass it through the Congress and the Senate. He's trying to raise that to as high as 39.6%. So effectively a doubling of the capital gain rate. He's also wanting to eliminate the 1031 exchange altogether. And I don't know if you know this, but this is our birthday. It's our 100th anniversary of the 1031 exchange. This year we are 100 years old. We think, and Congress is the one, I will too. Cheers. And Congress is the one who created this, folks. So we're trusting that Congress is going to also extend the 1031 exchange because it's really good for the economy. Let's face it, real estate has been pulling this economic economy as a locomotive with a train. So the bottom line is that if you take out the 1031 exchange, you take out the stepped up basis, what have you got left? The answer is people are not going to know what to do. It will slow down the economy major. You know, it's every time they pass some kind of a stimulus package of some kind, it typically slows down the economy over time. It is not a good thing. And unfortunately, this new Biden proposal, nothing personal, but the bottom line is that it's really, really bad for the economy. It doesn't, when you sell a piece of property, it isn't just a real estate agent that makes a commission. It's your transaction coordinators. It's your escrow people. It's the title insurance people. It's the accommodators. The cities that charge a transfer tax won't get it because there won't be a sale. The counties, and all the counties that charge transfer taxes won't get that because there won't be a sale. Not to mention the inspectors, the lenders, the appraisers. More than 50 people get a paycheck every time you close a sale, more than. And in an exchange, you have to sell and buy. So what it basically does is keeps the economy moving, because when all those many people make money, two things happen. They pay income taxes on the money they earn, and they go out and spend it. I think Ronald Reagan called that trickle down. Mm-hmm. And the bottom line is that that's what happens because people are going to work. And by the way, they're not on the welfare rolls or the unemployment rolls of the government.
Is there any truth to the rumor that you were around when the 1031 was?
I think I was born about 5 years before.
5 years before, 105.
Folks, we have to change hosts to this show.
What?
And I will definitely make myself available.
We'll edit that out. What can he do through executive order?
None of what I just mentioned.
So none of this can be
It
done.
has to be done through the Congress, and that's why the Federation of Exchange Accommodators, the California Department, or CAR, the California Association of Realtors, the National Association of Realtors, the National or American Escrow Association, the California Escrow Association, the CPA societies, basically the real estate portion of the bar. You just name it. The title insurance companies, California Land Title, American Land Title Association, they're all in this corner because they know how devastating this would be to the economy. It would put people out of business, and it would slow it down, and it would create more havoc.
If you're a betting man, capital gains, 1031, stepped up basis, 50-50, it's going to go away, or is it?
You know, it depends on what happens when we meet with Congress. Because what happens is they've got a district that keeps them in or votes them out. Mm-hmm. And if they're voting for things that reduce more and more jobs in their area, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go someplace else. And I think they know that. And so I'm going to say this as loosely as I can. We are very, very, very cautiously optimistic.
Well, this is Phil's last time on the show at this point. How did we get a hold of you for the last time?
I thought I was the new host, but I can't tell you now. So my phone number, my direct line is 213-479-8800, 213-479-8800, and my email address is my name, which is Phil Atwan, PHILATWAN, @gmail.com. Consequently, I think Jim forgot to mention what I do. And I'm a 1031 tax deferred exchange facilitator. We do this nationally, and I'm always happy to answer your questions. So thank you.
The good news is that with these increased exposure numbers, Phil has stepped up as a chief advertiser, and we've tripled his cost for advertising. Phil, we appreciate you being the sponsor today.
Anytime. I was going to give you 4 times as much. You only went triple, so I'm okay with that.
Our next professional speaker here is Tony with ACR Design and Build. Tony just did one of our apartment buildings in Buena Park on Fullerton Avenue. Our property management company reached out to you, and you did what?
Well, we came in, one of the first steps was we repaired the decks that were first, second, and third floor. There was some damage from the previous owner that didn't bring into compliance, so we leveled it out so that all of the doors now have level landings prior to going into the entry doors. So that's the first step on that particular project. What I wanted to do today is talk a little bit about, since we became acquainted on the apartment buildings, one of the things that a lot of apartment owners are not aware of is ADA compliance. And we specialize in ADA compliance, and currently in the state of California, there are a lot of ADA lawsuits being filed against apartment owners that are 15 units or more.
That's the cutoff.
Yeah, because the 15 units triggers on-site manager. So they found out through the federal court system that through a series of debates, what is the on-site manager's typical duty? One of them is to entertain potential tenants, to provide lease applications. So in order for that to occur, the American Disabilities Act allows for a path of travel to the leasing office or to the manager's office. If the manager happens to live upstairs, then we have to create what we call a satellite office, which oftentimes isn't much. We need to put in a table that's ADA compliant with a shade structure. We need to provide something for a disabled person to at least have the opportunity to view the property. And most leasing offices have staircases to them. There isn't ample parking for a disabled person. And one of the most critical items, if they have a website, there is an organization that we've become very acquainted with, and it's an interesting name. They call themselves a club. It's the United African Asian Abilities Club. They operate out of Florida and very strongly here in California, and they are attacking the websites. So you need to make sure that the website is user-friendly for visually impaired or hearing impaired, and if it's not, you will probably be approached by this organization's legal counsel, and they will file a lawsuit and cut and paste multiple items out of the code, which you will have to either correct or defend. Most of these lawsuits I see being settled for around $15,000 to $25,000. It's an unnecessary.
How does a
task.
website become compliant
We have to do the same
to
thing.
visually
Yeah.
impaired?
There's a software, and we provide that as well. So we can come in and provide the software for your website. And usually you can tell right off the bat on the home page, somewhere within one of the corners, there's a logo, an ISA logo, that tells a visually or a hearing impaired person that there is access through this website. And that is the number one allegation by this organization. In addition to having access to the leasing office, you don't necessarily have to, in most cases, provide a disability unit. It's just that you have to afford the luxury or the opportunity for them to at least inquire. If you don't allow them to inquire, then it's considered discrimination, and that's what prompts the lawsuit.
So you could, if someone gets a hold of you, you can walk them through all this?
Absolutely, we do this, unfortunately, more and more. I look at 400 lawsuits a month on this issue.
400 a month?
Right. That's just in these two districts in here in California.
That's incredible. How do we get a hold, you have a question?
Yeah, what is?
Raise your hand, please.
What does ISA stand for?
International Symbol Assembly. It's a logo. It's usually the ISA logo is where you see the wheelchair with the blue and white border. That's the ISA logo.
Gotcha.
Is your website compliant, Dean?
Of course.
Ours is, we actually had, I wasn't part of it, or you or a company like yours, and we had to make our website compliant, or we would be sued.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. How do we get a hold of you?
Sure. My name's Tony Gashard. My cell number is 714 area code 746-4000.
And email address?
Tony, Tony, at acrconcrete.com.
And that's the website too?
This is our website, yes. It would be acrdesignandbuild.com.
Phil, your website?
www.exchangeresources.com.
Indeed.
www.pacificwestcredit.com.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate you, and hopefully we can get up to 2,000 views on all these different social media platforms. Thanks for watching. There you go.